We are recording, and today is Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May 2019, which is often celebrated as a tribute to Mexican independence, but that's really not what it was about. It was about Napoleon was trying to set up a second little French empire in Mexico City, and a bunch of Mexicans, as part of the Mexican army, defeated his army. Then he actually came back and kind of won there later on. But anyhow, Americans seem to think it's a great reason to celebrate tacos and tequila. So, Cinco de Mayo. Not that you necessarily needed to know about that. The reason for this video today, as I drive on the way to my hockey game, is this is going to be the third from last hockey game that I played this season, because in a couple of weeks I have to do a surgery, and that was going to keep me from playing some hockey. But that surgery made me start thinking about putting in a video about things that I had already been thinking about a whole lot before, which has to do with my family and my kids. And mostly I just wanted to have a video to remind them of not only, obviously, how much I love you, and I absolutely love each and every one of you so very much, but just that life is unpredictable. We are not guaranteed tomorrow. Nobody knows how long they will have on the planet. So we do what we can to optimize the quality and the quantity of our life. And that's why I'm doing this surgery, because I think it's the right thing to give myself the best chance of being around for my family in a year, and in 10 years, and maybe even in 50 years. Who knows what the world will be like, what kind of amazing technological advances we might have at that point. So, whenever I get worried about things like a surgery or really kind of anything, I think about videos where I have seen the perspective of me here in Chandler in this car on the way to the ice hockey rink. And by the way, I love ice hockey, and it's something that I very much enjoy doing. I love that my kids and family come to watch me play ice hockey, but in the grand scheme of life, it is not that important. It's a great sport. It's a great, wonderful game. It's a chance to get exercise and have fun and make friends and see what your body is capable of, and that is really cool. But it is still just a game. And if you had told me that I could have more good quality time spent with my family later in life and I had to give up hockey, I would take a deep breath, and then I would say, okay, well then I guess I'm giving up hockey, because that's how sometimes it works. So I'm getting ready to do this surgery, and it's a good reminder of taking care of the things that you can take care of, and appreciating that sometimes you can't be in charge of everything, and to let other people do what they're good at, and realize what you should worry about. Because if you worry about it and you do something with that worry and you make things better, then that's meaningful. But worrying just to worry is not helpful. It doesn't do you any good. So think about what you can do to make things better, and at some point, just take a deep breath and relax and say, okay, I've done a good day. I've had a good day. I've done a good job. And there are some things that may be outside of my control, and that's just how things work sometimes. And then don't let yourself get any more worried or stressed out about that, and just focus on the things that you can make a difference in. So I was going to tell you about that video that I like, which is where you look at one person in this place, Chandler, Arizona, and you zoom out to all of the United States, and you zoom out to see the whole world, and you realize how small you are compared to the whole world, with 7 billion other people on the planet, almost 8, it's like 7.8 billion people, I think, right around right now. But then you zoom out and you see the Earth from the moon, and you see this, what sometimes people have called a pale blue dot that is planet Earth. And zoom out further and you see how small the Earth is in comparison with the rest of the planets, and much bigger planets like Saturn or even Jupiter. And then you zoom out and you see how big the sun is, and it's so huge. But as you keep zooming out, you see that there are so many more suns that are so much bigger than ours. And you see galaxies that are just, we can't even really imagine them, how big they are and how much possibility there is within those galaxies. And it reminds me that when you think about how big the universe is, how full of matter, which is made up of energy, really, and how little we truly know about the nature of the universe, then when you zoom back in and you think about me, one guy, and all the stuff that's very important to me right now, it helps me remember that I can't be in charge of everything, and that who knows whether something that's important to me right now will even be anywhere to be remembered 100 years or 1,000 years or 1,000,000 years from now. It seems so long. So don't worry about it. Do what you can. Enjoy life. Be kind to other people. Read a poem called Desiderata. I think that's great. It starts out, go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. I used to have the whole thing pretty much memorized. I could get it through most of it, but I won't make you listen to that. You can look it up. Also look for, I think it's John Walter Wayland wrote a paragraph about the true gentleman, and he said things like, the true gentleman is... I'm forgetting it right now. I'll get there. But look that one up. It's also coincidentally the creed or the motto of a fraternity. So that's why you can see it. You can find it online without too much. But it says basically, is humbled when necessity compels him to humble others, who does not flatter wealth, cringe before power, or boast of his own possessions or achievements. The person with whom honor is sacred and virtue is safe, doesn't make the poor man conscious of his poverty, the obscure man of his obscurity, or any man of his inferiority or deformity. And obviously, hopefully, you understand that when we say man, we mean person, because that's what they said a long time ago. They didn't take the time to point out that when you talk about man, you may be talking about mankind and humanity, but it includes men and women just as equally, one against each other. So I don't want this to be too long of a video, but just wanted to take some time to tell you how much I love being with you, and have a good rest of your day.